It's not you, just you. It's me as well. I forgot to set up the audio. Is there audio now? Ah. Ah, good. Ah. Whoa. Okay. That was scary and confusing and... Well, let's go and show off all my cute little emotes. I've got my wing hug. There we go. Oops. And I can pull in my wings a bit. There we go. Now we can zoom in on my face for all the expressions and stuff. Yeah. Go all blushy, maybe? How about that one? Oh. That's weird. I tested this yesterday. Oh. Let's try that. Ah, puff out my cheeks. Oh, that's the typical way of the Well, I'll have to check the emote toggles later, because for some reason they're not working right now. Even though I tested them before and made sure that they were. But my face is really expressive, which is the real thing. Yeah, it's a really super cute face. All right, but let's go back and we'll get into, and the ears are cool too. Love the ears. Let's go back to my sushi restaurant and we can do the rest of all the things you typically do in a debut, because I know there are going to be a few new people here and I never got to do the proper sort of debuts type things. So let's get back to that right now. All right. Da-da. Welcome to the Cue the VTuber question and answer stage of the debut, where I get to tell you everything about me and everything about what I'm doing. So, the first question I always get, especially from people who only see my name, is, how do you pronounce my name? You pronounce Q as Q. That's easy enough. Let's go through the other things now. What am I? I am a sentient meme. I am a creature that lives inside your mind. Yep, like the letter Q. I'm a creature that lives inside your mind and reproduces by making other people think of you. I am also a Vtubers. I appear to be a sort of succubus, male or female, whatever you prefer. And my lore is I am a sleep paralysis demon who has escaped from their original host's mind and now live on the internet and in the mind of people who watch me. That's why I greet people with, "Hello, my hosts." All right. So, about me. Age. I've been around for quite a while. Gender. Whatever you perceive me as, that's what I am. Height. I'm as tall as you will want me to be. If you like short people, I'm short. If you like tall people, I'm tall. Weight. I'm an idea. I don't really have a meaningful mass. Okay, people who are responsible for the creation of this model and the things. This model's based on my original design. Baguette, a VTuber who I've linked in my description here, was the person who took my sketches and turned it into actual art. And Tibby is the 3D modeler who created this model based on the character design sheets and turnarounds. Any of the really good ideas and the really good looking things are all done by then. Anything that's screwy and wrong is probably my fault. They were both very good artists and very professional, and they are such a blessing to me. Oh, can a demon have blessings? Okay, let's go into the things I enjoy section of the stream. What anime do I enjoy? Sailor Moon was the first anime I ever watched, and it sort of set the tone for my anime tastes throughout the future. I still have a nostalgic soft spot for it. Slayers is an old school fantasy comedy anime. Not enough people talk about Slayers anymore. And I really loved it. Magical Girl Nanaha is the first sort of serious magical girl anime I watched, and I still keep coming back to the world building and everything in it. I love it. Synthogear is ridiculous. It's rule of cool. I aped up to 11. I completely recommend that one. Madoka Magica is another magical girl anime with a very dark essence to it. Then we have Flip Flappers, That's one that's sort of hard to describe, but it's a sort of psychological magical girl anime with a lot of Yuri and that type of thing. It's sort of like people diving into the psychologies and minds of other people using magic. All right, next slide. What webcomics do I enjoy? XKCD, which is a comic using stick figures, which is all has comedy about maths and science and all of that. It's really good, and it hits right at the spot of the things that I enjoy. Sort of the intersection between mathematics and art and science. Oglef, if you're a younger person, not something you should be watching. It's a strictly adults only one, but it has very good humour and it's very funny. El Gunish Shive is a wonderful, I would even say sort of tender and webcomic series about transformation, transgender and all of that things, made by a person who at the start did not realise that they were trans. Let's continue to my next slide. What manga do I enjoy? I haven't been reading enough manga. I've been too busy. But two series that come to mind is Negama, which started off as a harem series and then slowly progressed to a shonen battle series because the person who was writing it didn't want to do another harem series after the first one they did. And Bitter Virgin. It's a very serious... Oh, it's not. It's a romantic comedy about a girl... managing their own trauma, I would say. While it's a romantic comedy, it's one that brought me to tears multiple times. So, another one I would recommend if you're looking for something a little bit serious and in-depth. Books. I read a lot of books, and if you've ever seen the photograph of my workstation, you can see that I have multiple shelves, and the models of my bedroom show all the desks I have and all the bookshelves I have. I've got a lot of books and I read them. Books I recommend or enjoy myself, anything by Terry Pratchett. Terry Pratchett's a wonderful author. I love it. Very much fantasy and that type of thing. Godel Echa Bark, An Eternal Golden Braid by Douglas Hofstadter is one of the most influential books I've had on mathematics. It shows the connections between the philosophy and the proofs of Godel, the art of Echa, and the music of Bach. It's very influential on the type of mathematics I do and the things I like to explore in my videos. Higher Order Pearl is another one that really I'm passionate about. This one is taking Perl programming and using the principles of functional programming to have functions that create functions that do other things. I should actually do a video series on the higher order blah concepts. Mythical Man Month. I actually did a video on this one. It's about managing computer programming and how teams can be less functional than individuals. That's one way. Understanding Comics by Scott McCloud. Scott McCloud is a wonderful author, and he did a massive comic book about how to read and understand comic books. Brilliant bit of work, and has educated me on how I'd use visual language and concepts. Anything by Jasper Fforde. I love his books. They're funny and informative. They're sort of fantasy sci-fi literature and have things like people who can jump between books and take sips out of water, and sort of wonderful world building. There. So, next one. Games. Games I enjoy. If you've been following me for a while, you probably know these ones because they're the ones I regularly stream. Minecraft. Love the building, love the exploration, love the technical side. Factorio. Love, again, building, exploration, technical side. Oxygen not included. You can see the sort of trends in this. Civilization and Stellaris and other 4X games. Again, I love making things. And making things that create other things, that build on them, make a growing cascade of things. And I've recently gotten back into gratuitous space battles. I'm not sure about this one, but it was one that I saw and nobody's talked about it for a while. I thought, it's fun, and I should do it some more. In particular because I found a massive exploit about how to make it better. Well, not better, but how to play it that the creator didn't seem to. So let's go to the next slide. Programming languages that I know. No, actually, no, that I like. Perl. Perl's my primary go-to language. And I've been a Perl programmer since 95. Lisp. I sort of enjoy the idea of Lisp more than I enjoy programming in it. Which is sort of funny, but it's a very beautiful language that is impractical in many ways. C is a very ugly language that is very practical in some ways. And it's always a good language if you want to do dirty things that shouldn't be done. Haskell is one of the purest languages in many ways. Sort of the closest programming gets to mathematics. Well, programming is mathematics, but anyway. And it's what I've been working in my animation system in. And Rust. I've been getting into Rust programming a bit. I still run into the not limitations, because they're perfect purposely. I'm still trying to get around it. But I do acknowledge Rust as sort of like the next modern language. Let's go on. Music. I have a very diverse music taste. I love Nightcore. Make music go fast, stick an anime character on it, I'm right into it. I'm a real fan of power metal. Glory Hammer, yeah. Sabaton, yeah. Nightwish. I'm not sure if Nightwish is supposed to be power metal or it's another subcategory of metal. I'm not really a metalhead. I just enjoy the stuff. But I do enjoy Nightwish. That's great fun. Eurobeat. I love Eurobeat. It's great music to go sideways in cars in. I'm also a fan of synth pop, especially Erasure. And Electric Six. Sort of weird bands. But along with that, I'm a great fan of ska music, especially the Specials and Madness. One Step Beyond. Okay, what's next? Favorite maths concepts. I love the concept of fixed points, which is where you have some sort of function that maps between two spaces and it comes back to a loop within it. Am I going to make a new profile picture and banner? Probably not right now, but it is on the cards. And as an aspect of the love of fixed points, I like recursion. And induction, which is a proof technique where you prove the base case and then you prove the next step along, which in a way is the same thing as recursion. I have a deep interest in anti-foundational mathematics. In normal mathematics, you're not allowed to have a set that includes itself. But in anti-foundational mathematics, you are allowed to have those, and then they have a whole lot of other rules that allow you to do that without causing problems. But it creates a really interesting mathematical world. Ooh, I also didn't mention this. I also like type theory, which is a different way of conceiving mathematics without using sets. I should go into that later on. I love myself an isomorphism. In particular, I love the Curry-Howard isomorphism, which says that every computer program is a proof, and every proof is also a computer program and allows you to map between the two. It's a really useful tool and it's just intrinsically beautiful. And I love the isomorphisms between formal languages and automata, which I briefly went over in my Summer of Maths Exposition 3 video. There. Do I have works on software? How about hardware? I've got quite a few videos on software and that type of thing. I'll send you a playlist when we are finished. All right. So let's go into the next video slide. Papers about VTubers. These are my current favourite academic papers on the topic of VTubers. Sites will be in the description. I didn't know where else to put this. Designing Identity in the VTuber Era is one of the earliest papers on VTubers. A little stretch. And is very informative, and it's like the basis of most of the VTuber academia that we've seen so far. VTuber Concept Review just covers everything. New collaboration. Can I angle myself out of the way of that? Yeah. New collaboration in a virtual world, studying VTubers through identity, gender, and fan engagement. Really good on a thesis paper by master's thesis, I think, by someone from Macquarie University. Very informative and brings up some topics like the idea of co-creation between the audience and the VTuber, and how both the audience and the VTuber are involved in the creative process of VTubing. I've also seen this one, Open Becoming a Disabled VTuber and Her Community in the Era of COVID-19, which is about Iron Mouse and her community. I haven't read it yet, but it's piqued my curiosity and I'd love to read it when it comes out. So that's something I am looking forward to. All right, let's go on to the next things. Things I hate. Pointless cruelty. I don't like people being mean to other people. I know that sounds kind of... yeah, everybody's like that. But there are a lot of people who just seem to enjoy being cruel and doing cruelty for cruelty's sake. And I hate that. I hate eye penetration. I hate things being stuck in my eyes. Again, I think most people are like that, but my life hasn't been lucky. The complete ordered field. This one, I know most people disagree with me, but I don't like the thing that most people call the real numbers. They're scary and large, and if you think about them too hard, your brain will implode into a black hole. I don't like the complete ordered field. I also don't like the way people teach math. Well, schools teach math. I have a video on that. The video is, if you see this, go to hospital right away. It's in my law and storytelling section. The other thing I don't like is the way that schools teach mathematics to children. I think they do it in a way that completely destroys the love of mathematics. And I don't like that. I think people should love mathematics and not get it sort of ruined for them by bad teaching. And now, so what do I do as a VTuber? I stream games. In particular, the games that I pointed out in my games that I love. I also stream programming, where I do some programming online, and sometimes I stream me doing 3D animation and other things like that. I also create scripted videos on VTuber design, on artistic analysis, on mathematics and computer science, but mostly I stream videos on whatever has captured my interest that day, which could be anything. So you'll get a real variety of streaming topics from me. And that is the end of things I like and things I do, and I never know how to end something. I always get confused and I never quite work out how to close a video, and always get confused and sort of trail off, and Anyway, thank you everybody for watching this new, I guess you wake up, yeah, this new model debut. And if it's your first time watching and you haven't seen me before, please consider subscribing. I hope to see everybody later. Goodbye.